Have you seen the Spider-Man Homecoming yet? Well, I'm making this for my grandson, Noah. And since it's Spider-Man Homecoming, I'm including the yellow in there. So stick around, let's do it. What I have here is a little bit of distilled water. And this is the Liquitex medium. If you don't have this one, I mean, don't worry about it. I know it's expensive, so I'm just getting a little bit of this. You can sub this by thinning out some Elmer's glue with distilled water, and it's gonna do the same thing. So I'm just gonna mix this a little bit here and dilute it. And then with this, I'm going to glue the Spider-Man in the paint, in the canvas, all right? So this is an alternate method to photo transfer that is way, way easier on the fingers. This is ready here. So I'm gonna get my little spongy. And let's make sure Spider-Man's legs are right here. Okay. Looks cool, huh? Oh, these gloves, man, I'm telling you. Okay, there we go. See? Isn't that cool? So now I'm going to blow dry it here to help it speed out a little bit, okay? So I'm gonna do that off camera. All right, so now I've got this, literally took me 2 minutes, guys. And Rosalie Jax, you see, I've got my tripod already. So now you guys can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, I'm so excited. So now I'm gonna take this canvas here, and Sue Gooderham, I hope I'm not butchering your name here, suggested that I used a color pencil when I was tracing the letters for the stencil. So I'm going to use the same here to kind of draw the lines lightly in the canvas here that are going to do the web. I'm going to be for the web. So it's really, really tiny. I don't think you guys can see them yet, but it gives me an idea on where the web can go. So I have two. There. That one is way up there, so I'm going to do another one here. So I have 1, 2, 3. I have another one that I can barely see. So we'll do this one here. Ah, there it is. All right. So we have Spider-Man. Okay, let's do another one here. All right, so I've got my lines. And so now I'm gonna do the pour here, because I want it this way, okay? So I have my colors here that I have mixed it off camera, but the most important thing is the viscosity, and I hope you guys can see it. If you can, then please refer to my very first video where I have the camera in another angle to see the viscosity, because that is the key for pouring, all right? So I'm going to put a little bit of silicone, and I have another thing that's important too, is I used these three. So you see this one is, the square is full, that means it's opaque, it's gonna sink. This one is half transparent, half opaque, and this one is totally transparent. So I'm gonna use silicone in these two and not the black one. And let's see, I have silicone here, so there's about that much, about 5 drops, and another 5 drops. I know it looks like a lot, but I'm telling you, it's not. So let's lightly mix it. And lightly mix it. And now what I'm gonna do is, since red and blue make purple, so I'm going to use some black first here. And then more black. Just to create a barrier. And now, since I'm going to swipe this way, see, I'm going to use black over here, okay? So now I have my hotel key here that I got from our recent trip to Santa Monica, and I'm going to swipe. All right, I'm gonna go get my paper. So it's time for the tang. And see if we can get some sales. See? There we go. I see I over wiped it here, so no problem. I can put some more. In there. It's all how you look at it, guys. I mean, I've always tell my kids, you know, when we make a mess, we better know how to fix it. Let's see. It's not barbecue. So now I'm going to tilt it and see if I can fill some of this space in here with the pour. There we go. There's one. Then I'm going to use my this to fill this up. Okay. It doesn't want to, so I'm gonna make it anyway. There we go. So I don't know if you can see it, but I have two little drops in there. So I'm just gonna use a wet rag, well, paper towel here, and I'm gonna fix it. All right. So I'm liking it so far. So I think it's pretty cool. It's still, you know, dripping from the sides here, and let's see if we can move the paint a little bit here and make it more colorful. Drain some of that paint so it doesn't crack when it dries. So I'm filling out this hole in there and out that hole in there. Okay, so overall I like it. I'm gonna let it dry, and then I'm gonna draw the web in here, and we're gonna stencil it. All right, so in this one the paint is already dried, and what I did was I used this stencil and a pencil here, and I just drew, and I traced the letter here as Sue suggested, and now I am just using paint out of the tube in here to paint the letter. I was recording it, and I misplaced my finger, I guess, and lost the video. So nothing new. You guys know I'm technology challenged. So I am just painting the letter here, and I'm gonna do this off camera, and I'll show you when it's done. Okay, so I have done like 3 times painting in here, and I really like the way it looks. So now I'm going to do the web. You know, appreciate Sue for her suggestion, and some people may ask why I did not do the pour all the way here, and the reason is because I want the web to go beyond the, I hope you guys can see it here. I want the web to go beyond the pour. That's why. So once again, I'm gonna do this off camera, and I'll show you guys when it's done. Now that the web is done here, I'm gonna start painting the horizontal lines. See, like here. And then with a little indentation here, a little curve. See? There. And then we go to the next. Curve, 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 curve. Okay? And then as we go, we make the curves larger. See? Like that. Once again, I'm gonna do this off camera. Alright guys, so this is how it looks finished. If you noticed, all over here is still the Mod Podge. Don't worry about it. When I varnish it, this is gonna go away, and it's gonna dry clean and shiny. Stick around, I'll show you the finished picture. Alright guys, so this is the finished painting. As you can see, I mean, it's all nice and shiny. I really like this technique because it looks like it belongs. And by the way, if using Spider-Man or any copyrighted character, please make sure that you don't use it to monetize it. I use this because it is a gift for my grandson, and of course they had to do the yellow end because he's a Spider-Man Homecoming after all, 2017. And so in my 46 years, I've never seen yellow on Spider-Man, but hey, this is how Hollywood did it, and that's how I went for this time, with the yellow end. And guys, I can't tell you enough how important family is. I lost a friend last week, and today is the funeral of another. And what these two wonderful ladies left, their legacy was their love for their families, their grandchildren talking about them. And it really doesn't matter if this is not perfect or anything, but in the eyes of my grandchild Noah, he'll be happy to see his idol here, Spider-Man, and his name in it. And I'm hoping that he will remember me, that his grandmother made this for him with lots and lots of love. And guys, please stop by, share your opinions. Please let me know in the comments below if this format with the iPad on top works for you guys. And remember, have fun, do something good for somebody, put a smile on somebody's face. Until then, till next time, keep pouring.